Ladies and gentlemen, time is more valuable than money. You can always get more money, but you can't get more time. Every day you spend drifting is a day you're not living, not truly, not intentionally. Some people spend their whole lives reacting to the phone, to bills, to deadlines, to what someone said or didn't say. But if you're not careful, you'll wake up one day realizing you've been busy, but not becoming. So today I want to share with you something simple, something practical, a 7-day plan to reclaim your dreams, because let me tell you, the clock is ticking, and if you don't stop losing time, time will stop for you. Clarity is the foundation of achievement. It's the beginning of all progress. Without it, your actions are scattered, your energy is divided, and your results are disappointing. Far too many people live their entire lives in a fog, working hard, staying busy, and yet feeling unfulfilled. The reason? They never stopped long enough to ask themselves what they truly want. When you lack clarity, you're easily distracted. You become a slave to urgency, not importance. You respond to the world rather than create your own. Life becomes something that happens to you instead of something you design. That's why the very first step in reclaiming your dreams, before you write a plan, before you take action, is to define the target. You can't hit what you can't see. You can't chase a dream you haven't named. So how do you get clear? You begin with questions that demand honesty. What do I really want? Not what others want for me. Not what looks good on social media. Not what I've settled for. But what truly sets my soul on fire? That question alone can change your life if you have the courage to answer it. The next question is, why don't I already have it? This requires humility. Maybe you've been afraid. Maybe you've been lazy. Maybe you didn't know how. Maybe you've made excuses, or perhaps you've allowed comfort to become your cage. Whatever the reason, facing it is powerful. Because once you understand the gap between where you are and where you want to be, you can finally start building the bridge. And the third question, who must I become to deserve what I desire? That's a question of character, not luck. Dreams aren't handed out based on hope. They're earned through transformation. Success is something you attract by the person you become. If you want more, you must become more. More disciplined, more courageous, more focused, more prepared. That's the price, and it starts with clarity about what kind of person lives the life you want, and what it will take to step into that version of yourself. Clarity isn't just about goals. It's about values. It's about knowing what matters to you, so you don't spend your life climbing a ladder only to realize it's leaning against the wrong wall. When you're clear on what you want, every decision becomes easier. Does this move me closer to the dream or further from it? Clarity simplifies your path and strengthens your no. Because until you learn to say no to the good, you'll never have time for the great. Clarity is power. It fuels your discipline, ignites your motivation, and directs your focus. Without it, you waste time on distractions disguised as opportunities. You pursue things that don't matter and wonder why you feel empty when you get them. But with it, your life becomes intentional, strategic, purpose-driven. One of the reasons people stay unclear is because clarity requires silence. It demands solitude. It asks you to disconnect from the noise of the world long enough to listen to your own heart. That's uncomfortable for many, but that's where the truth is, not in the chaos, not in the endless scroll, but in the stillness. That's where the dream begins to whisper again. That's where direction is born. So if you feel stuck, lost, overwhelmed, it's not that you're broken. It's that you're unclear, and the answer is not to do more. The answer is to pause, to reflect, to define the destination before you map the route. Once you're clear on what you truly want, you'll find that time, energy, and opportunities start aligning in your favor. Life begins to respond differently when you start living with intention. Clarity isn't a luxury. It's a necessity. It's not something you find by accident. It's something you create on purpose. And once you have it, everything else, your plan, your habits, your schedule, can finally fall into place. Clarity gives your dream a name, and that's the first step to making it real. Discipline turns dreams into reality. No matter how big your vision, how inspiring your goals, or how detailed your plans are, none of it matters without the discipline to follow through. Discipline is the engine behind achievement. It is the consistent, often unseen effort that transforms intentions into results. While motivation gets you started, discipline keeps you going long after the mood has faded. Many people believe success is about talent or luck. They wait for the right moment, the right feeling, or the perfect opportunity. But the truth is, success doesn't belong to those who wait. It belongs to those who work. And that work day in and day out is discipline. It's getting up early when you'd rather sleep. It's saying no to distractions when everyone else is saying yes. It's doing what needs to be done, even when it's boring, uncomfortable, or difficult. Dreams are not built in grand gestures. They're built in small, repeated actions. A business isn't built in a weekend. It's built through countless emails, phone calls, late nights, and early mornings. A fit body isn't built in a single workout. It's built through consistent training, clean eating, and discipline with choices. A meaningful life doesn't just happen. It's designed and earned with intention. And at the center of it all is the willingness to do what most people won't. The challenge with discipline is that it's not exciting. It doesn't always feel good. It's not glamorous, but it works. Discipline is what separates people who live with regret from those who live with results. Everyone has a dream, but only a few have the daily habits to support it. The question isn't whether you want it. The question is whether you're willing to show up for it again and again, when no one's watching, when no one's cheering, when progress is slow and obstacles are plenty. Discipline is how you keep promises to yourself. It's how you build confidence, one action at a time. Every time you do what you said you'd do, especially when it's hard, you build inner strength. You start to trust yourself. That self-trust becomes momentum, and momentum makes discipline easier. But it starts with showing up when it's inconvenient, because that's when it counts the most. Waiting to feel ready is a trap. If you only act when conditions are perfect, you'll rarely act. The disciplined person doesn't wait. They act. They train themselves to move regardless of how they feel. That's why they get results, because while others are debating, doubting, or delaying, they're doing. They know the cost of waiting is far greater than the pain of discipline. There will be days when you feel tired. There will be moments when quitting seems easier. But discipline whispers one more rep, one more step, one more day. And those one mores add up. They compound. They create breakthroughs. Discipline doesn't give you success overnight, but it guarantees you'll get further than those who keep starting over. Another truth about discipline is that it brings freedom. At first, it feels restrictive, having a schedule, saying no to temptations, sticking to commitments. But over time, that structure creates space, space for growth, space for peace, space for mastery. The undisciplined life is chaotic, reactive, and exhausting. The disciplined life is intentional, ordered, and empowering. You don't need to be the smartest, fastest, or most talented. You just need to be consistent. And consistency is born from discipline. It's a decision you make every day, not once, but over and over again, to get up, to stay focused, to keep going, to honor the dream. So if you have a dream, don't just wish for it. Train for it, plan for it, show up for it. Your dream is not waiting on a miracle. It's waiting on your discipline, that quiet, daily decision to do what it takes, whether you feel like it or not, because in the end, discipline doesn't just change your results. It changes you asterisk. It makes you into the kind of person your dream was waiting for. Eliminate what no longer serves you. It sounds simple, but it can be one of the most difficult yet transformative decisions you will ever make. We all carry things, habits, thoughts, relationships, routines, that once had a purpose but now act like anchors. They slow us down, cloud our judgment, and keep us from stepping fully into our potential. The truth is, you cannot move forward while dragging the weight of what no longer aligns with who you are becoming. At some point, you have to take inventory of your life, not just in terms of what you have, but in terms of what is helping you and what is holding you back. This process requires honesty. It asks you to look at every area of your life, your daily habits, the people you surround yourself with, the media you consume, the words you speak to yourself, and ask, is this helping me grow or keeping me stuck? Clutter doesn't just exist in your home. It exists in your mind, your calendar, your emotions, and your spirit. Physical clutter can be a reflection of mental confusion. An overstuffed schedule often reflects an unclear set of priorities. Toxic relationships mirror a lack of boundaries. When you carry too much of what you don't need, you have no room for what you truly want. Letting go is hard, not because we don't know we need to, but because we get emotionally attached to things, even the things that hurt us. We convince ourselves that we can't function without certain routines, certain people, or certain ways of thinking. But you must understand this. Holding onto the past will cost you your future. You cannot take the next step in your life while staying chained to what's behind you. It may be a habit that comforts you temporarily but sabotages you long term. It may be a relationship that once felt right but has turned draining and destructive. It may be a mindset that protected you in a tough season but now limits your potential. Whatever it is, if it's not helping you evolve, it's time to release it. Growth and comfort cannot coexist. Eliminating what no longer serves you is not about being harsh or cold. It's about choosing alignment. It's about making space for what truly matters. If you want clarity, create space. If you want peace, cut the noise. If you want freedom, drop the weight. Life is constantly trying to move you forward, but it can't if your hands are full of what should have been let go long ago. Some people fear letting go because they think it means failure. They see it as giving up. But real strength isn't in holding on to everything. It's in knowing what to release. Winners aren't those who carry the most. They're those who carry only what's necessary. It's okay to outgrow things. In fact, you're supposed to. You're not meant to stay the same. As your vision expands, your circle may shrink. As your goals become clearer, your tolerance for mediocrity will shrink. And that's not something to mourn. It's something to celebrate. Evolution requires elimination. There's freedom in letting go. The moment you remove what drains you is the moment your energy returns. Your creativity wakes up. Your confidence rises. Your clarity sharpens. You realize you didn't need more motivation. You just needed fewer distractions. This process isn't about perfection. You don't have to clear your life in one day. Start small, one drawer, one habit, one conversation. Each act of release is an act of self-respect. Each decision to let go is a step toward becoming the version of yourself you were meant to be. The life you want is waiting, but it won't chase you down. You have to create space for it. You have to make room, and to make room, you must be willing to walk away from what no longer serves your highest good. That takes courage, But that courage is the doorway to a lighter, freer, more focused version of you. One that's no longer weighed down by the unnecessary, but lifted by purpose, reflection, and renewal keep you moving. In a world that never stops, constant noise, relentless notifications, the pressure to hustle, it's easy to get caught in motion without meaning. We rush from one task to the next, chasing goals, meeting deadlines, striving to keep up. But without reflection, we lose direction. Without renewal, we burn out. Progress without pause leads to exhaustion, and success without reflection often leads to emptiness. True growth doesn't just come from movement. It comes from the right kind of movement. Movement guided by purpose, sharpened by insight, and fueled by a deep inner fire. That's why taking time to reflect isn't a luxury. It's a necessity. Reflection gives you perspective. It helps you understand not just where you are, but why you're there. It helps you recognize patterns, what's working, what's draining you, what needs to change. If you don't reflect, you'll keep repeating the same cycles, mistaking activity for progress. Reflection is how you reconnect with your vision. It's where you remember why you started. Because on the path to any worthwhile dream, there will be moments when you forget. There will be days when you're tired, discouraged, or questioning everything. In those moments, going back to your why gives you strength. It grounds you. It reminds you that the struggle has a purpose, and the process is shaping you into the person who can handle the dream you're chasing. But reflection alone isn't enough. You also need renewal. You need to recharge, not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, spiritually. You can't pour from an empty cup. You can't give your best when you feel depleted. Renewal is how you restore your energy. It's how you keep your passion alive. It's what allows you to keep showing up, not with bitterness or burnout, but with clarity, creativity, and conviction. Renewal doesn't always mean rest, though rest is essential. Renewal can be found in solitude, in silence, in reading something that stirs your soul, in journaling your thoughts, in walking in nature, or in simply sitting still long enough to hear your own thoughts. It's the moment you stop doing and start being asterisk. It's where your spirit exhales. In those quiet spaces, your mind resets, your heart reopens, and your perspective expands. Some people resist reflection and renewal because they think stopping means falling behind. But that's a lie the world tells to keep you exhausted. The truth is, you move faster when you take time to pause. You make better decisions. You avoid costly mistakes. You work smarter, not just harder. Just like a farmer rests the soil so it can produce again, you must rest your soul so you can create again. Reflection helps you measure your progress, not just in terms of results, but in terms of who you're becoming. Are you living in alignment with your values? Are your actions supporting your purpose? Are you becoming more patient, more disciplined, more grateful? These are the deeper measures of success, and they can only be accessed through intentional reflection. Renewal helps you sustain the journey. The road to your dream isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. There will be high points and hard days, breakthroughs and setbacks. Renewal gives you the fuel to keep going. It's the difference between giving up and growing through it. It's what keeps your dream alive when life tries to wear you down. If you want to keep moving forward, you must be willing to slow down. You must create space in your life for stillness, for self-checks, for soul maintenance. Not once in a while, but regularly. Make it a habit to ask, what did I learn today? What drained me? What inspired me? What do I need more of? And what do I need less of? This isn't weakness, it's wisdom. It's how leaders stay strong, how visionaries stay focused, and how dreamers become doers who endure. Reflection and renewal don't pull you away from your dream. They prepare you for it. They make sure you're not just moving, but moving in the right direction. with the strength to go the distance you've spent too long waiting for the right moment, wishing for better conditions, hoping something outside you would change. But the truth has been with you all along. Your life changes when you do. Your dreams are not dead. They're just dormant, waiting for you to reclaim them with new energy, clear purpose, and unwavering commitment. In just 7 days, you can begin again, not with perfection, not with guarantees, but with intention, with clarity, discipline, the courage to let go, and the wisdom to renew. 7 days of focused, deliberate action can shift your momentum, reshape your mindset, and reawaken the dream you thought was lost. And remember, this is not about doing everything. It's about doing the right things. The simple things, the things you've been avoiding, the ones that require courage, honesty, and consistency. Your future is not waiting at some far-off finish line. It's being built in the choices you make this week. And it starts right now, with the decision to stop losing time and start living on purpose. Don't wait for inspiration. Be the inspiration. Don't wait for the path. Create the path. Don't wait for the perfect day. Make today the day you reclaim your dreams, because if not now, when, if not you, who, go do the work, you already know the way.